right, finally chose a good place for this video. Essentially, I did 2 window cleaning jobs today. The unfortunate part is that earlier in the day before I went out, I barely went door knocking, but essentially what happened was my mojo for door knocking was essentially completely crushed. I sort of left off in a really bad spot from yesterday when I ended, and I just was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I mean, I never really want to talk to anyone. I kind of always liked being autistic. And the one thing I don't like about this business is that it forces me to talk to people, which is something that I want to do, but at the same time, I kind of don't really want to do it because, like, I don't know. I just don't like being I guess I've just grown not being so talkative for a pretty long time, and I've just learned to accept it. But it was fine. I then just like listened to a song. I was able to door knock a little bit. I didn't really get that much time in though because I took a lot of breaks. I wouldn't even worry about it too much. I think once I have more time tomorrow and I get in the right mental frame, I'll probably do just fine. I guess the deeper theme of other things that happened today, because like I had window cleaning jobs. There were some issues I had with like the water fed pole where I tore people's screens a little bit on accident while trying to like remove them. And it made me realize about myself that I have a lot of issues with wanting to like, with changing and like becoming better. Hey guys, Future Rob here. The reason I connected that whole thing with the water fed pole and the screens to me having a hard time to improve is because it comes from one trait that I've been trying to improve over my life, which is becoming more careful. That was something that I had a lot of issues with in the past. Anyways, back to the video. It seems I sort of like want to advance, but I have a lot of setbacks and I never feel like I'm truly ready for them. Obviously, I've been making good progress. I'm not denying that at all. That would be silly. But some things like being more careful, being a more like respectable person and stuff, you know, basic stuff like that. That's stuff I want to change. Other things I don't really want to change, like not being as social, because like there's some things like that. I mean, yeah, you can argue, okay, like, what do you need to get a girlfriend? It's like, well, the person who I have interest in, or people who I would have interest in, I doubt they would really be that, like, socially inclined anyway, so I don't really care. It's all just man-made, interaction. I mean, we all communicate through body language in nature anyway, so that's all really what it boils down to. Yeah, that's basically it. I just need to like get better virtues. And of course, like my issues with my mental state, like I have to push through things like that. Didn't really door knock that much today. I was going to door knock more, but I got sidetracked in the times when I didn't door knock. And when I mean sidetracked, I mean I got distracted by some BS basically, instead of door knocking. But again, I'm not really too concerned with these. I know over time I'm probably going to end up doing the better habits anyway. I mean, obviously, though, I'm going to have to become more socially inept because it seems like my business is unfortunately very dependent on that. Now, I could look at this as a bad thing because I don't really want to do that, especially since that has probably been my biggest setback in life up to this point. I'm pretty sure with most people it has been. But on the plus side, I mean, maybe I can improve this as like a skill or something, even though I don't want to. At the end of the day, though, it probably isn't really a bad thing when you think about it in better detail. I watched a pretty neat video today about a mindset you should have, where you should basically cut out the middleman in your life. So essentially, your current reality and your desired reality, right? Most people think that their current reality and that the desired reality is just a destination and their current reality is just a means to get there. But the desired reality is actually the real middleman, which makes sense when you think about it. And whatever feeling that you get at that desired reality, you can just have it now if you were to just like stop BSing yourself, which is completely true. Might be harder for some others, might be a little bit harder for me in some aspects of life, maybe much easier in other aspects of life. But a lot of people can literally just like have that feeling. Now, obviously, I'm not saying abandon your desired reality, but switch the roles of the last two parts. So your current reality and the feeling that you would get from your desired reality would then become the middleman, and then the desired reality would actually become the end goal, which I'm assuming is how things are supposed to be. But yeah, that was basically just some really interesting thing that I learned today about like obtaining your future goals or whatever will really work well for me. A large part of me who does not want to run this business or really do anything for the matter is that I've sort of been, in general, just like blazing through life carelessly, but like not in a good way. Like it might sound good to some people who think very strangely, but in a bad way, essentially, where I'm just in fight or flight mode for most of the day, not really stopping to think carefully. For whatever reason, I have a hard time doing this habitually. Other people can just do it automatically, it seems. I mean, unless they have to turn it on somehow, which maybe they do while they're doing it. It's not like I can really speak because I don't really have much experience yet with doing that. Some very specific situations I would have that in. But yes, I would say in this case, the whole takeaway from this video or my day or whatever is to basically view your desired future to some degree as a temptation. Because it's very tempting for me to like want and fixate it. That's one thing I do, is I always fixate on my future reality, how things could be. But I never actually remember to be happy with what I currently have. And that's not necessarily to say that I should throw away the future reality, but how am I going to be able to achieve the life that I want when I'm constantly stressed that I'm never going to be able to achieve it? Because exactly, no one would be able to function that way. It would be completely impossible to be able to attain a future when your entire life is just constantly thinking about that. And it's essentially what it has been for me for like maybe up to like now. But yeah, the takeaway is don't let your future reality prevent you from achieving it. Basically, that's it.